Everyone, good evening. So I welcome you all to Sri Chaitanya Educational Institution, and again this is Sachin sir again for the physics, and we are starting with the topics. As you have already read the description and the topic, that is a discussion of the previous year question of the score. Okay, so good evening everyone again. Okay, so let's talk about the basic things about the score first. We all know it, why we are been doing this one task. Okay, so first of all, it's the India's largest scholarship examination. First of all, we all know this, yes, from the last couple of days we can say. Okay, then you have the 100% scholarship, yes, exactly, and then we have the exciting gadgets, and one of my favorite things that is the NASA trip. Okay, see, every time I end the session I say this because this is the favorite one mine. Okay, so this is the score, and we are here with the Sachin sir. So let's start with the part. Before that, this one, see, so exams dates are being there, so don't forget to register on the score for the 28th of September and 12th of October. Okay, just mark these dates, everyone. Okay, why am we focusing on the dates? Because these are the important parts. Then only you can just get the scholarship and everything. Okay, so 28th September and 12th of October. So you can just register on the srichaitanyascore.com, and the links you can find in the description in the YouTube. Okay, so let's start with this part. So today what we are going to do, we are going to start with some questions. Okay, I'll be giving you the questions. You can try it. If you are watching the recorded on the YouTube later on, you can just pause it and try to solve it. If you are right now, you can just try to give the answers in the description, so in the chat box, so we can say. Okay, so this you can do it basically. Now, so before starting it, so let's come to the first one part. Okay, so here we have the topics of everything, like we are going to the random questionized way. Okay, one by one I'll be just giving the questions, explaining the part of it, why it's been required, why it's not been required, what formula it will be having it, so that if the question comes from the same topic, you can just say the same topic when the question comes, so you can able to do it. Okay, so let's start here. We got the question number 1, everyone. So here we can see, so the question is saying what? Anuj performed an experiment to compare the strength of the different fibers. Okay, he arranged the setup as shown in the figure. Here's the figure which is given. Okay, arrange the threads in the order of their increasing strength. See, so why this question of the strength one has been coming here? Because it's been talking about the tensile strength. That is the tensile strength. Okay, or we can say here we are talking about the tension. Now let me just give you one thing. Okay, here everyone, see, like suppose I don't find the thread right now, so I just have my earphones. Okay, so you can just see it here. See, although it's been very built up, just a second. See, so if you see it here in this one part, it's been seeing nothing has been, it's been see like been very smooth. ऐसा बिखरा सा है ना, हल्का सा, बिल्कुल भी कोई stretch नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं है. But as soon as I have just put some weight over it, what will happen? See, it starts to get stretched. See, just like the string one. Just like the string one. That is what, that the tension, because of the weight, one thing is been coming tension, and that's what it's asking. So if you just put some weight over something, okay, this thread you can see, so it will experience one tension over here. Now if you want to find the tension from this one part, so its direction will be upward. Its direction will be upward, and when you are able to find it from there, then it is in the downward direction. Now since the string is been same, so what is the tension will also remain same. This you have done in the block 1, this one diagrams and all, yes, where you have the so its weight will be acting here. This is another box, it is another box moving in this one direction of acceleration. Okay, so this is the thread which is having the same, so they're having also the tension. Okay, we'll come to that one questions also, but right now it's been given this. Okay, now let's have a general talk over it. It's nylon, silk and cotton, three materials has been given. One is given to you the, we can say nylon, one is given the cotton, and another is the silk. Okay, now let's talk about the cotton first. Cotton is what? Or let's talk about one by one, all of them. Nylon is what? It's a synthetic fiber. It's a synthetic fiber. Why it's a synthetic fiber means what? Synthetic fiber, it is been there, so it must be having the good tensile strength and as well as the elasticity. Okay, whereas when we are talking about the cotton, it is what it's been used as a good absorption. It absorbs the sweat most. Yes, it's a natural fiber. It's a natural fiber. And when you talk about the silk, it's a protein fiber. You already know it very well. Okay, so now you can see the options are being given to us, that is the synthetic, natural fiber and the protein fiber. Obviously, the one of the strongest one is the nylon. Then little bit lower will be the silk and then the cotton. That means nylon is less silk, that will be wrong. Silk, cotton, nylon, that is also be wrong. Cotton, nylon and silk, no, that is wrong. Cotton, then more is silk, more is nylon. Yeah, that is the correct one, because we have to find the third on the order of increasing order. So as you can see here, the increasing order has been there. The nylon is the strongest one. Then we have the silk and the cotton. I hope so it's been clear. It's a very easy question, yes. But just remember the point which I told you of this one question. Okay, so this one is easy. I think it's a very easy one question. Yes, everyone. So let's go to the next question now. Let's move to the question number 2. As you can see on the screen, bees which are not carrying honey fly with the flapping frequency. It's a flapping frequency, okay, of 440 hertz. So let's write it here once. Bees without honey having, see, you can write F also or nu also, and that will be 440 hertz. Hertz is the unit of frequency, everyone. Hertz is the unit of frequency, we know it. Then also, while those which are carrying the honey fly with flapping frequency of 300. Flapping frequency of 300. So that is the bees with honey. Without honey it is, and with honey it is how much? 300. It is 300 hertz. Clear? I hope it's been clear. Okay, now the sound made by the bees which are not carrying honey, lower pitch, higher pitch, smaller loudness, greater loudness. Okay, so for this one, let me just tell you very basic part of it, which will help you out in solving the other questions also. Okay, as you can see on my screen right now, I've just taken the blank board here. Now see, we all know when you talk about the frequency is being related to two part, that is, if you have the higher frequency which leads to the high pitch, and these high pitch sounds are called what? Shrill sounds. Okay, then you have the lower frequency. In the lower frequency, that means it has the low pitch, obviously, and these type of the sounds are called grave sound. You must have heard that example has been written with the higher frequency and the lower frequency one. Yes, and what is that one? What is that? That is the part, like if you say high frequency, high pitch. So you must have listened the voice of the insects. Okay, and there is a basic difference between the boy and a girl frequency has been there. That is about the girl, it has been there, and for the boys we are having it here. See, when I am taking the class, my sound seems to be a little bit bass form. Okay, see how much bass or the grave sound I have it. Okay, that is the one. If a girl has been taking the class, okay, or any female faculty is taking the class, the sound will be little bit with the higher frequencies. Okay, so just take it, okay, just a part of it. So if I just read it this one part, like see, frequency, higher frequency and high pitch, and if I assume it as a girl which is having the high pitch, frequency of the higher frequency and high pitch. See, although I cannot talk it like this, but I just showing you how. So frequency one is the higher pitch that will be having the shrill sound and grave. Now in the options given you the loudness also. Yes, loudness, there's no relation of the loudness, no direct relation of loudness with frequency or pitch. No relation. Loudness is the one which has been having for the amplitude. So we have the loudness is proportional to amplitude square. So this is also an important one, guys. That is amplitude square. Okay. Now, what are these things? If you say about this amplitude and loudness, see here, This is the time period t. Okay, clear? And this is the part where we are talking about the displacement of the particle, which is, see, what is the sound? It's the to and fro motion, basically the oscillations in the sound. Yes. So like if we talk about the wave, okay, so this one part, this, it is the maximum peak. The maximum peak is the positive, or we can say amplitude. Okay, and this is the minimum one, but in the down one, that is also maximum in the form of down one. This is also amplitude, but in the negative form. That is the mean point of it. Now, how I am going to doing this? How I am doing it? See here, if I take the pendulum here, okay, we all know this is the bob, and this is the effective length of it. Okay, just a second. Okay, now see, so if I just started with this one, let's take a green and move it. So let's take it in the higher position like this. So what will happen? This is called the extreme point. Okay, and when we release it, it goes here. This is also the extreme point. Okay, got it everyone? This is also the extreme point. This is also the extreme point, as we can see. Okay, now this is the displacement in negative x, and this is in the positive x. Although I have drawn it a little bit not accurate because of the freehand drawing. Okay, so it will be like this one. Okay, here, clear? So that is my negative x and positive, there's a displacement. So this is what? This is the positive x and this is the negative x. And how we are going to do it? See, first that bob is going here. So from this one, from O to A, then A to O, then O to B, and B to O. That's called to be the one complete cycle. So O to C. Now, when it's go to the A, this is O to A. That is the maximum reached point it goes. Okay, it's been C. Suppose this is a pendulum. Okay, so if this is a neutral point, that is mean point, and it's going to the maximum point, that is A, then it's coming back to O again, then going to B and coming back to B again. That is the one complete oscillations. Okay, so that is what? O, A, and this is the, so again O, A, and again it comes to O. That's form one complete one. Once it go, देखो फिर से ध्यान से, let me tell you in Hindi. O से A जाता है, that is the maximum point. और A से वापस O पे आता है, then it's going to the B. फिर O से वापस B पर गया मैक्सिमम, और B से वापस O पर. ये पूरी कंप्लीट साइकिल जो O से लेके वापस O पर आ रही है, दिस इज कॉल्ड वन कंप्लीट साइकिल. और एक सेकंड में जितनी साइकिल्स हो जाती हैं उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? एक फ्रीक्वेंसी बोलते हैं. जैसे अगर सपोज करो मेरे पास ये ग्राफ है, ठीक है, ये पूरा 1 सेकंड का है ग्राफ. इसमें ये बनाया मैंने ऐसा, ठीक है, और ये बनाए हैं मैंने कुछ ऐसे, ठीक है. सो नाउ दिस इज अ कंप्लीट 1 सेकंड, दिस इज कंप्लीट इन 1 सेकंड, ठीक है. Don't go for the accuracy right now. Okay, just try to understand it. Okay, so this, how many cycles are completing? 1 cycle. So it's called to be 1 hertz. That is the frequency. Now how many cycles are completing? 1, 2, and around 2.5 something. Okay, or let's draw it with the part to make it more clear for you all. Okay, let's make it the 3 one. Okay, see here. So okay, so now this is 1, this is 2, and again this I form the same thing. Let it be 2 only, let it be 2 only, let it be 2. Okay, just a second, why it's not working? Yeah, now it will come, now it will come. Sometimes it happens that pen won't work. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so okay, just try to do it. This is the same. Okay, so see, 1 cycle and 2 cycles, so it will be like 2 hertz. So if in 1 second 50 cycles will be there, so that's called what? 50 hertz. Simple, nothing else. Okay, just the diagram is being not accurate right now because of the freehand one. Okay, but if you see it here, so what will happening if you complete 500 cycles also in 1 second, that will be called 500 hertz. So got it now. If you want to find out the frequency like this, you can just say it. Number of cycles completing in 1 seconds, that is called its frequency. So from here we got the frequency, this is the amplitude, and we all know this part from here to this one, that's called what? Wavelength. That is the lambda. The symbol is called lambda, and that is the wavelength of it. Okay, so I hope so this much has been clear to you. Now let's come back to the question again. I hope it's been clear. Yes, everyone. So now coming back to the question, what is the question is saying? Bees which are not carrying the honey fly with the flapping frequency of 440 hertz, while those which are carrying the honey fly with the flapping frequency of 300 hertz. The sound made by bees which are not carrying honey, lower pitch, higher pitch, smaller or greater? Obviously 440 is the more frequency. Higher the frequency, higher the pitch. Higher is frequency, high is pitch. Okay, clear everyone? So which one is the answer? This one, B1. So the bees which are not carrying the honeys making the 440 hertz, that's the higher frequency, than the one who was carrying the honey is having the higher pitch. So I hope so the point of the higher pitch, the question is not that much tough, but along with it we got to know many things. And you know there is a relation also. There is a relation of the frequency, wavelength and the wave speed, and that is what, just note it down. If you are writing it down, note it down. It's important because the numericals will come in from this one part. So that will be like wave speed or the velocity we are talking about is equals to frequency into wavelength. Frequency into wavelength, that can be written as like V equals to nu lambda. That's the relation of it. That's the relation. Okay. So I hope so this much has been clear to everyone. Yes, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I just thought I was explaining this one part. It's cartoon forever. Okay. Hello everyone. Okay, good. So okay, let's go to the next one question. I hope this has been clear. So what is this? Wave speed is equals to frequency into wavelength. Wave speed is equals to frequency into wavelength. Okay. Now, so this much we have done. Okay. Now let's come to the question number 3. Let's come to the question number 3. What the question number 3 is saying? The pressure of the water near the bottom of the ball forming a dam does not depends on. Okay. Very easy again. But we'll not leave it like this. We'll explain it. Okay. Now we can explain. We can just try to find it. Why the answer is this one only. Okay, so it's saying the pressure of the water near the bottom of the wall of forming a dam does not depend. We all know the dams is being created with the lower one part with the wider one. बहुत चौड़े होते हैं ना dams, नीचे से ऊपर नहीं होते इतने. Because we all know the pressure as you go down in the depth, pressure increases. We all know. We go more into the depth of the water, the pressure starts to increase. We all have known this. Yes, in the cartoons, in the movies, and everything it's been seems. Like in the Tom and Jerry also it's been seen there, like when the Tom has been put it into the submarine and thrown into the water and very deep into the ocean because of the higher water, the high density of the water, not the high density, we can say going to more, because of the more pressure, the submarine just got collapsed. ऐसे ही होता है, सिंपल सा लॉजिक है. क्यों? क्योंकि जैसे जैसे डेप्थ बढ़ेगी, जैसे जैसे डेप्थ इंक्रीज होगी, वैसे वैसे प्रेशर भी बढ़ेगा, इंक्रीज होगा. सिंपल सी बात है. जैसे जैसे डेप्थ बढ़ती है वैसे वैसे प्रेशर भी बढ़ता है. एंड दैट इज द रीजन कि यहां पे हमें डैम का जो बेस होता है विच वी नीड टू मेड इट वाइडर. ओके, ये होता है. ठीक है. तो अब किन किन चीजों पे डिपेंड करता है? सिंपल सी चीज है, जो ये प्रेशर डिपेंड करता है, यानी चेंज इन प्रेशर जो होगा. क्योंकि एक प्रेशर होता है एटमॉस्फेयर का प्रेशर, एक प्रेशर होता है एटमॉस्फेयर का प्रेशर, जिसको हम डिनोट करते हैं P नॉट से, and it is called to be atmospheric pressure. इसकी वैल्यू को हम कांस्टेंट मान के यूज करते हैं, that is around 1.013 or तो 0.5 ले लेते हैं, and that is 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Okay, simple. 1.05 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. We can directly use it 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Simple. Now, change in pressure, that is P naught. P is equals to H rho G. Why H rho G? Because this pressure is being depending on the depth. That's what we are talking about, the height. So it's proportional to the depth, that is the height, It's proportional to the rho, that is the density. Okay, if it's not been clear, let me use this blank slide, okay, for everyone. Let me write it down here. This pressure which you are talking about, okay, this pressure is being proportional to the h, that is the depth, and proportionality making it what? Height increasing. Increasing means the depth. We are talking about the height, that is the depth. So if the more deeper you go, that is the increasing one. Why we saying the height increasing, not the altitudes one? We are talking about the depth one. Okay, so pressure is also increasing. Then rho, where this rho is the symbol for it, and it's the density. Is the density. So what is again? If the rho increases, then the pressure will also increase. Simple. That is the density of the material increases, then the pressure will also increase. Then the last one is the G, and that is called to be the acceleration due to gravity. Okay, acceleration due to gravity. We all know about it. That's at the surface it's 9.8, or we take it as a 10. Okay. So I hope it's been clear. So although I'm correct taking it all of them, so it will be P is proportional to H rho G. We remove the constant everything, but we are using it directly like delta P is equals to H rho G, where delta means change in pressure. Change in pressure means at the surface it must be because of the atmosphere something else. So it will be like P minus P naught H rho G. That is P is equals to P naught H rho G. That is the pressure. That is the pressure. I hope so it's been clear. Why I'm focusing on the pressure? Because the pressure is there. Okay, so that is the pressure now. Okay, let's come back to the question again. So as you have seen in the relation, I have written as P is equals to P naught H rho G, pressure of the wall. So depth of the water, it does not depend. It's asking does not depend. Always focus on the question when it's been asking not depending or not there. What we do, we read the question from the top. I mean, we forgot to read this one line. Most of the time, this does not. Most of the time, it happens, and we directly put the answer. And afterwards, when we see it, बहुत ज़्यादा दुख होता है कि क्वेश्चन आते हुए गलत कर दिया. केवल एक does not और not ना पड़ा, है ना? तो just do it, ठीक है ना? So that will be depth. It's depending. Very simple सा relation has been showing. It's been depending on the depth. Then the area of cross section of the reservoir. Reservoir का area of cross section. डैम यहां तक बना दूं मैं, पूरे रूम के बराबर बना दूं, कितना भी बड़ा बना दूं, दैट डिपेंड्स कि कितना बड़ा बनना है, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग. बट कितना भी बड़ा बना दूं, उस पर कहां डिपेंड होता है प्रेशर? उस पर कहीं पे भी इस रिलेशन में कहीं भी मेरे को ये दिखा है? एनीवेयर डिड आई टॉक्ड अबाउट द एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन ऑफ द, सो ये तो आंसर नहीं दिख रहा है यार, गलत सा है. डेंसिटी ऑफ द वाटर, यस रो है. एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर ये भी है, ये P नॉट भी है ना, P इक्वल्स टू P नॉट प्लस H रो G, यानी कि तीनों पॉइंट्स हैं, बट दिस B1 इज द नॉट करेक्ट वन. ओके, दैट इज नॉट द करेक्ट वन. Yes, exactly, Chetan, exactly. See, why I'm taking the time? Because I want to explain it, okay? So, this one is the part. So, from here we got the formula. So, whenever you are finding the question from the fluid pressure one part, you have to use this formula. ठीक है? Clear? Archimedes के में अगर fluid pressure का question आता है, then what you have to do? Then you can use it V rho G. ठीक है? That is the volume, the density, and the acceleration due to gravity. Got it? Yes, that is right, Chetan. That is right. Now let's go to the next question, everyone. Question number 4. Here comes the interesting question now. Okay. So as you can see in the board right now, in the body moves 6 meter north, 8 meter east, 10 meters vertically upward. Okay, listen it carefully. It's not saying it's a continuing moving it. It's not that questions in which we used to draw the first I go 5 meters here, then I took the left turn, then I go here, then I took the left turn, and then I move it here, and then what is my position? It's not asking that one, remember. Then see, what is the resultant displacement? It's been asking first of all. Okay, so if you have been, like we can say, studied a vector shot, okay, from the initial position, you can do it very well. So here we have to use the concept of the vector one. Okay, Because if you are preparing, as you have known in the previous sessions only, I just told you why the Olympiad helps in cracking the competitive examinations, and we can say these scholarship examinations, because if you're preparing for the Olympiad, if you're preparing for the scholarship examinations, it will help you out very much. Okay, it will help you out very much. Okay, so here we have to use the vector concept. Here we have to use the vector concept. Let's see, let's draw this one question. Okay, so body moves 6 meters north. Suppose this is the origin. It's moved 6 meters north, that is in this direction, that is the north, and 6 meters. Then it moves 8 meters. It didn't told you to take the left or right turn. You have to start the journey from the origin itself. Remember it. 8 meters east. 8 meters east. East. Okay. Then, and it's set vertically. Okay. The upward. And 10 meters vertically upward. 10 meters vertically upward. See now. Here we have to use this 3 coordinate system, one part. Suppose this is the one, this is here. So this one is the outward. This one is the outward. All 3 are mutually perpendicular. These are called X, Y, and Z. So answer is A. Yes. Yes, exactly. Very good. Very good, Chetan. Answer is A. That's correct. Let me explain it for everyone. Very nice, Chetan. Good. Okay, so it will be vertically outward, so it will be like this, and that's the 10 meters vertically outward. That is the vertically upward, we can say. Okay, directly. Okay, clear? If we are drawing it on the plane, like if this is a notebook, in this phase the notebook has been there, so this is the north and this is the one, this is vertically upward. Okay, got it? So now in this one, we all know in the coordinates we have this one thing. In the coordinates we have one thing, and that's called what? I, j, and k in the vector form. So this is called to be the x-axis is called the I cap, y-axis is called j cap, and z-axis is called k cap. We have x, y, and z axis, that is called I, j, and k cap. Clear? I hope so it's been clear. Okay. Now see it here. So we have this diagram. Let's solve it here. Origin 6 meters. Let's write it down. It's a 6 I cap. Okay, that is in north. Then this is 8 J cap. That is in the east, y-axis, and this is vertically. So it is a 10 K cap. Okay, so that's an wait, guys. Just a second. X, Y, Z is there now. I just rotate the coordinates. It's I cap and it's a J cap. Okay, clear? Clear, everyone? So let's just calculate the diagonals of the cuboid that will be formed. Yes, that is also same. That also you can do. See why I'm telling you this vector one form, because directly you can do it. Directly you can do it, but if you just do this vector one point, then it will help you out in solving the other questions also which will come. Okay, very simple. It is not that much tough. Just you need to write it x, y, z. See, instead of x you need to write I, in the y you need to write j, in z you need to write k. Okay, so this is I, j, and k cap. Simple. Now we need to find the magnitude of it. Simple. So how we can find the total magnitude? Because we need to find the resultant displacement. We need to find the resultant displacement. So resultant displacement will be in the mod, and that will be equals to under root, and that will becomes like, see, now it's become how much? So resultant displacement is equals to how much? It will be 8 I cap. Then we have 6 J cap and 10 K cap, and just find the magnitude of it. So like this we can find the magnitude by taking the under root and doing the square of each of them. 8 square, 6 square, 10 square. So it will be like 64, 36, 100. It will be like 100 and 100. That will be 200. Okay, that will be 200. So now that will be 200. Yes. So 200 can be written as like how much? 100 and into 2. That is the under root of it. Okay. So it will become what? It will become 10 root 2. That is the resultant displacement. We got it. Okay. So let's come back to the point. Okay. So I hope so it's been clear. The direct one, Chetan, you can do it, no issues with that. But this is the one which I want to tell you so that you can do the questions from the vector if it comes like this. It's not that much tough. You just write the coordinates, take the magnitude of it and put the square root and then do the square of it. Nothing you have to do, okay? Clear? So yes, the answer is correct. Very good, Chetan. The answer is 10 root 2. Very nice, everyone. Okay? Sure. Let's come to the next question. Let's come to the next question, everyone. Okay, and that is what? That's a fifth one. A force of 10 Newton acts on a body of the mass 20 kg for 10 seconds. Change in its momentum will be. It's very easy. If you're doing it, guys, do it. If you're doing it, do it. No issues. The force of 10 newtons acts on a body of mass 20 kg for 10 seconds. Change in its momentum will be. You know one thing, here the mass is being given and there is no requirement of it. Although you can do it with the mass also, but right now it's not been there. It's not required. Okay? Okay, let me solve it now. See. Force of 10 Newton acts on a body of the mass 20 kg for 10 seconds and change its momentum. Change its momentum means that is delta P. And in the question is given for the force, it's given for the time, it's given for the seconds. Now we know delta P is equals to what? Delta P is what? Change in momentum, that is equals to J, and that is also equals to force into time. Now what is this? This is change in momentum, this is impulse, and force into time. So what do you have to find? You have to find the change in momentum. So directly we can write it the formula, because the impulse is also equals to a change in momentum. Impulse is also called change in momentum. So you can just use the formula of impulse, that is force into time. Simple. Sorry. So what do you have to put the value of force? 10. Time is again 10. Delta P will be 100. Force is Newton, that is also called to be the kilogram meter per second square, and time is in seconds, so it will be kilogram meter per second. Okay, if you don't get it, this one, so it will become kilogram meter per second. Okay, got it, everyone? Sorry, I hope so it's been clear. Yes, you want to note it down, you can note it down, everyone. Okay, so let's go with the next one question, everyone. So here we have a question from the optics. Yes, when a ray of light strikes a plane mirror at an angle of 15 degree, okay, with the mirror, what will be the angle through which the ray gets deviated? The ray gets deviated. Try to solve if you want it. If you want it, you can solve it down. A, 15 degree. Okay, let's see it's a correct or not. Let's see it's a correct or not. Okay, 15 degree you are saying. Okay, tick. Let's go then do it. So now see, it's a 15 degree. The light is being incident here. The light is incident at 15 degree. Okay, so if this is the normal, so this complete is how much? 90. So this will be, no sir, it's wrong. Yes, now you got it. Now you got it. So that will be 90 degree. That is a 15, because see the angle which is being made by the incident ray, na, it's the angle from the base of the mirror, from the mirror. And incident angle is not from the base or from the mirror, it's from the normal. The angle of incident is called to be from the normal. This one is called the angle I. So how much it will be now? 90 minus 15 will be 75. Still no, still no, still no. Wait, still no. No, Chetan, it's not that one. So that's a 75, okay? Now, we all know in the reflection, the light when goes from the angle 75, it will get reflected back. With the same. Okay, so if it's 75, the angle of reflection will also be 75. Correct? Yes or no? That is true. That complete is 150. Okay. Now what is asking? What will be the angle through which the ray gets deviated? It's been asking for the deviation of it, na? So deviated means if there won't be the mirror, the light needs to go always in the straight. It needs to go it straight. If there won't be the mirror, the light will always go in the straight path. We all know. It always go in the straight path. Yes or no? Now, so this complete angle is what? 180 degree. And this is the angle of deviation. This is the angle of deviation which is called del. Which is called del. Okay? This is the angle of deviation which is called del, because see, the lights need to go in the straight path like this. Because of the mirror, it goes just like this. It's because of the mirror, it goes like this. So how much? This much is the tilting. This much is the deviation is been done. This much. कितना? ये यहाँ से इधर हो गई. इधर से ऐसी जाना चाहिए थी straight, यानी ऊपर से नीचे आ रही होगी ऐसी. देखो ये straight आ रही थी, लेकिन यहाँ की जगह ये क्या हो गई? ये ऐसी चली गई. तो ये कितना डेविएट हो गई? इतना. इसको बोलते हैं डेविएशन. यहां से यहां पहुंच गई. That is called deviation. That is called deviation. Okay, that's called deviation. Yes. So now this complete is 180. So this total sum is how much from here? 75, 75 and del. So that is 75. 75. Del equals to 180. So del equals to 180 minus 150. So del will be equals to 30 degree. Because we all know, see, either you do it like this, or we have the formula of it like will be del plus twice of angle I, because we all know angle I is equals to angle R, that's why is equals to 180 degree. Okay. Yes. Answer is B, 30 degree. Got it? So this deviation one is the important one question which may come in the exam. Just you have to use this concept. Always remember one thing. Whatever the question is being given, if the angle is also not given, see what has been there. When the ray of a light strikes the plane mirror at an angle of 15 degree. With the mirror, this is the line which plays the role. Try to read the question properly. ध्यान से पढ़ो. फिर से बोल रहा है वो क्या? एक लाइट रे है जो स्ट्राइक करती है प्लेन मिरर को. ठीक है, प्लेन मिरर को स्ट्राइक कर रही है. ये है प्लेन मिरर. ठीक, समझ गया मैं. ये प्लेन मिरर एट एन एंगल ऑफ 15 डिग्री, 15 डिग्री पे कर रही है. ये भी मुझे समझ में आ गया. बट विद द मिरर क्या बोल रहा है? ये एंगल जो बन रहा है वो मैं यहां से ही बना सकता था ना, कि मैं ऐसे ही बनाऊं हमेशा. आई ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू ड्रॉ द डायग्राम फ्रॉम हियर, तो आई विल ड्रॉ इट फ्रॉम हियर. तो यहां से मैंने बनाया, तो ये मेरा 15 डिग्री यहां से है, क्योंकि मैं मिरर से ले रहा हूं. कहां से ले रहा हूं? मिरर से. ये है चीज, है ना. अगर वो बोलता विथ नॉर्मल, हमेशा एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस और एंगल ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन नॉर्मल के साथ होते हैं, मिरर के साथ नहीं होते, याद रखना. तो ये मिरर के साथ बना रहा है. अगर ये नॉर्मल के संग बना रहा होता 15, तो ये 15 होता, ये 15 होता, तो ये टोटल 30 हो जाता. और हम ये डेल निकाल लेते यहां से. कैसे? हम निकालते यहां पे डेल प्लस 30 इक्वल्स टू 180. ठीक है, तो डेल इक्वल्स टू 150 डिग्री आ जाता. ये डेविएशन होता. गॉट इट? ठीक है, समझ में आया सभी को, है ना. इजी था. तो याद रखना कॉन्सेप्ट कि क्या करना होता है. ठीक है. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज द वेक्टर क्वांटिटी? वेरी इजी. Which of the following is a vector quantity? Yeah, anyone wants to give the answer? Which one is the vector? See, we all know scalar vector. What's the difference? Scalar has the magnitude, vector has the magnitude as well as the direction, we all know. Then scalar follows the algebraic, basic algebraic rule, that is 2 plus 4 is 6, but vectors do not follow it. I do not follow it. Chetan is saying A. A is a vector quantity? No, it's not there. Okay, let me explain then. See, pressure. We have the pressure as the two formulas, basic one, that is force. Let me take the highlighted color, that works very well. Okay, so that's the pressure is equals to perpendicular force upon area. The exact formula for the pressure is perpendicular force. Always remember, don't write just a force upon area. It is correct. Force upon area is correct, but it has always been perpendicular with respect to the area from whatever the body you are talking about. Whatever the body you are talking about, it's always the perpendicular. And that's perpendicular force is also called to be the thrust. That's the thrust upon area. I hope so it's been clear. Basic thing, just a basic part. So this is the formula. Then coming to the part of it, we have one more. Delta P, right now we have studied H, rho G. This is the one and this is the one. In both the conditions, pressure is a scalar quantity. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Remember, pressure is a scalar quantity. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Okay. Then coming to the electric current, one by one. Let's take it. Electric current. Electric current is a, we all say it's a direction, it has the direction, it has the direction, sir, it has the direction. The current is flowing in the wire, it has the direction. Yes, it has the direction, but it is not a vector. It's not a vector. These type of the quantities which have the direction but doesn't fall into the vector. See, it will come in to your syllabus in the senior grades, but you must be knowing it. The quantities which is having the direction but doesn't fall into the vector category, these type of the quantities are called tensor quantity. Okay, these are called tensor. Sir, tensor something different, सुना ही नहीं है नाम, है ना? ये ऐसी क्वांटिटी है जिसमें डायरेक्शन भी है, मैग्नीट्यूड भी है, पर लेकिन ये वेक्टर में नहीं काउंट करी जाती. क्यों? क्योंकि ये वेक्टर के अलजेब्रिक रूल्स को फॉलो ही नहीं करती. कैसे नहीं करती मैं भी बताता हूं. देखो, टेंसर, तो अगर पेपर में कभी इलेक्ट्रिक करंट के रिस्पेक्ट में कुछ दिया हो, पूछा हो, आज भी नहीं, कभी किसी भी क्लास के कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में दिया हो, और अगर ऑप्शन में टेंसर के साथ स्केलर भी है, वेक्टर भी है और नन है, ये चार ऑप्शन है, तो हमेशा टेंसर को टिक करके आएंगे. रिमेंबर. और अगर टेंसर नहीं है, कोई और चीज है, तब हम स्केलर पर जाएंगे. तो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट इज, अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर सिलेबस, इलेक्ट्रिक करंट इज आल्सो अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी. आई होप सो इट्स बीन क्लियर. यस, क्लियर एवरीवन? ठीक. पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. पोटेंशियल एनर्जी भी तीन टाइप्स की होती है भाई. सी, वन इज कॉल्ड द ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी, another is called spring potential energy, and another is called electric potential energy. ठीक है? See why I am doing this type of the things, so it will be remembering for you for the other questions to do. Same question थोड़ी ना आएगा पेपर में, है ना? Same question पेपर में नहीं आएगा भाई. तो उससे रिलेटेड तो आ सकता है ना, टॉपिक्स तो वही हैं, सिलेबस टॉपिक तो वही है ना. तो हर चीज का अगर हम ब्रेक कर करके पढ़ लेंगे तो सारी चीजें हमें क्लियर हो जाएंगी, क्वेश्चन कैसे भी है. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? दैट्स व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इट. सो ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का फॉर्मूला होता है U इक्वल्स टू mgh. स्प्रिंग पोटेंशियल का होता है U इक्वल्स टू हाफ के एक्स स्क्वायर. माइनस भी लगाते हैं जब रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स की बात होती है तब. ठीक है, के एक्स स्क्वायर. ये एक्स जो है ना, ये स्प्रिंग के मूव करने का वो है कि कितना डिस्प्लेस वो हुई पॉइंट से. देन इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल, ये और सीनियर क्लासेस में देखोगे, दैट बिकम्स 1/4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट. ओके, द सिंबल इज कॉल्ड एप्सिलॉन नॉट. Q1, that is a charge, Q2 another charge upon R. That is the distance between the two charges. When the two charges are there with the separation distance of R, so this type of the electric potential will be generated over it. Okay, so this is also a scalar quantity bhai. Now see, the term velocity always be there. and that's the light. Light moving with the speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. That's the speed of the photon. And that's what makes the light to move. That's the same thing. Velocity is a vector quantity. So when the electron is being moving, so not the electron, we can say when the light is being moving with the photon, that's the speed of the photon also, and that's the speed of the light. Photon is the particle of the light from which, yes, because of the light which has been made up of. So velocity, that's a vector quantity. That's a vector quantity. Okay, clear? Let's go to the next. A tuning fork. Again, a tuning fork sends a sound wave in air if the temperature of the air increases. Which of the following parameters will change? Very interesting question, and these type of questions comes. Temperature increases, decreases. No, it do not have the negative value, but it have the direction, na? It have the direction. If I want to show you the direction, I can show the direction of the light. See, suppose if I'm at the mean point, and for me this direction is a positive one, if the light is going in this direction, so I'll take it as a positive value of it. So this negative and positive value will always be telling you one thing, and that is what? That's the direction of it. Not it be not doing the addition, not doing the subtraction. It's just telling you the direction of it. And if it's going in this one direction, that's opposite to me, that another one, so I'll be taking the negative one. Getting my point? Because for the reference also we want it, na? Suppose if I tell you draw 3 meters. Okay, so what you will draw? You just draw it like this, 3 meters. But if I just make it like negative, so what you will draw? If this is the origin or the mean point of it, so you will draw the 3 meter towards here. Obviously you will draw it here. Yes, got it? Chalo. So a tuning fork sends the sound waves in the air. If the temperature of the air increases, which of the following parameters will change? Displacement, amplitude. That is the amplitude we are talking about. And in the previous one question only we have done this. Okay, in the previous one only we have done this. So displacement, amplitude is what? So amplitude do not depends on this part, like with the temperature and all. Directly it do not depend. It do not depend on directly this one. Okay. So this is the wrong. Frequency, it just depends on the source. It depends on the source. What source make, what disturbance source created, that only it depends. Same with the frequency. Frequency also depends on the source. In this case, what is the source here? The tuning fork. So what is the frequency is being generated by the tuning fork, that will remain same for it. Okay. Then the time period. Now, if we know frequency is inverse to time period. So whatever, if the frequency is constant, so whatever the decrement is there in the time period, that same will be there because of the frequency. So it will also remain the constant same. So what will change? Wavelength. How wavelength will change? As we know, see, I just told you, wave speed is equals to frequency into wavelength. You can write nu also for the frequency. Okay. So this, if this is constant, so V is what? That we can say proportional to lambda in that case. Now, as we know, by increasing the temperature, the kinetic energy of the particle increase, so displacement will also increase, due to which what will happen? If the wave velocity will increase, then what will happen? This will also get it affected. Yeah, that is the reason. That is the reason it will also get affected by it. It will also get changed. It will also get changed. Got it? Yes or no? Check. Chal. Then next question is the 9th. An air bubble rises up in the water because, according to the vector quantities, the opposite direction of the original direction, it must be negative. No, that is okay. See, in the previous one, we will discuss. Wait, we will discuss. Hai? See, for the current, if I'm tell you, for the current one, if you are asking for the current, see, if this is the 2 ampere, this is the 3 ampere. So that must be the direction with this mean having some direction. So 2 and 3 will be the 5 ampere. And that is the correct, which we found it out. Okay, but if it do not follow the vector algebra, it follows the normal basic 2 plus 3 is 5. But if I am going to write it for, like, suppose it's for A vector, this is for B vector, so it won't be giving the resultant this, it won't be giving the resultant this will be like R will be equals to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. That is the resultant, that is the value, we'll get it here, but we don't get it practically. We get it the value 2 plus 3 is a 5 only. Okay, so we cannot go for the current also. Okay, and for the direction one, I'll let you know. Okay, chalo. Then air bubbles rises up in the water because of there is no gravity in the water. That is wrong. Pressure inside the bubble is less than the pressure outside. No, it's an air bubble, na? The upthrust acting on the bubble is more than the weight of the bubble. That is the correct one, guys. That is the correct. See, if we have the water here, it's having certain density rho, and there is an air bubble, that's the air, it's having the density sigma. So we obviously know the density will be rho is greater than the sigma. So whatever the weight has been acting downward, the more density it will get in the more what? Giving him the more upthrust. Yes, that is a C. So that will give you the more upthrust. So more upthrust, whatever the thing it submerged into the water, it will get the upthrust. So more, because this rho, that is the bubble, and this is of water. So it's more, the density of the water is more than the density of the bubble. So obviously the more upthrust it will get, and the upthrust acting on the bubble is more than the weight of the bubble. So that means the question can be come from the flotation also. Okay, two solids A and B floats in water. Two solids A and B floats on water. It is observed that A floats with the half of its volume immersed and B floats with the 2/3 of its volume immersed. Compare the densities of A and B. Nothing we have to do. Very easy one. See, remember the formula here once. That is density of an object upon density of a fluid equals to volume of immersed upon volume total. Let's put the values here one by one. For the A1 we are talking about, that is rho A upon rho of water is equals to how much volume is being immersed? Half of its volume. If volume is V, then how much it will be there? Half of V, that is A, and this will be V total of A. Okay, clear? So it will become now rho A, rho W 1 by 2. So rho A will come 1 by 2 rho of water. You can put it direct also. Okay, you can put it direct also. Similarly, let's do it for the B. That is rho B upon rho W. How much it is? 2/3 of it. Tick. So rho B will be equals to 2/3 of rho W. What's asking? Compare the densities of A and B. Comparing it. So rho A by rho B will be equals to 1 by 2 rho W or 2 by 3 rho W. So that will be rho A upon rho B is equals to 1 by 2 into the rho B and rho W will be cancel out into 3 by 2. So it will be now 3 by 4. That is the answer C. Got it? Yes, C. Okay, clear? So that is the answer number C. I hope it's been clear. Okay, let's go to the next, faster little bit. 11 forces each equals to 5 newtons acts on a particle simultaneously if each force makes an angle of 30 degrees with the next one, the resultant of all force. We are ending the questions here. Around 3 to 4 questions or more left. We will add it on the next session. Okay, so 11 forces each of equal to the 5 newtons act on the particle simultaneously if each force makes an angle of 30 degrees with the next one, the resultant will be. It's not that much stuff, it's very easy. This is the diagrammatic one part. See, so this one is making the angle 30 degrees with this one. So one here, second, and it will form another 30 from this, 30, 30, 60, and another 30 here, that is 90. So this complete is 90. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then here again 30, again 30, and this is 30 again. Okay, so that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, then again 30 30 30, that is 7 8 9 10, and the last one that is making the 30, that is the 11th. Okay, now see it one thing, forces are 5 Newton each are of 5 Newton 5 Newton 5 Newton 5 Newton 5 Newton 5 5 5 5 5 and 5 Newton. Okay, each are of 5 Newton. So what will happen, this is will be equal and opposite. See, it will cancel out. This is also cancel out with this one will this one. Okay, this one will with this one, and this one will with this one, cancelling out. So all have cancelled out, only the left one will be this. So that is the 5 Newton resultant. So what will the answer? 5 Newton resultant is the answer. Okay, clear? So guys, that's the one which we have done it. Okay, then we have around more questions, so we'll do it definitely. Okay, I hope so you have enjoyed the session. Okay, so we have done some good questions and everything, so just don't forget for the registration for the score examination, we have the very exciting prizes and everything. Okay, we'll meet again, we'll talk about the question. I'll bring the more exciting questions, more deeper one, knowledge one. Okay, where we'll talk about more. We'll talk about the more. We'll add some vector quantities one also, so the doubts will be clear for you all if you are having a little bit also more. Okay, no issues with that part. Okay, so that's please do like, comment and subscribe, we all know. Okay everyone, so don't forget for the exam dates, that's the most important one part, that is the 28th and 12th of October. You can do the registration. Okay, and we have the lots of exciting gifts. Okay, so eligible for 3 to 1 online and classes. Then dates, very very important, these are the dates. Okay, for the registration and for the examinations, you all see. Okay, so and this is the one. So I hope so, that's all. You can just go through it, these handle social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube's and Telegram, and then Google Play, and follow us on the Facebook also. Okay, so this is the one. So thank you everyone, thanks you all for the giving the time for us. Okay, and exactly, you can just go through the topics again, note down that points if you are seeing the recorded session also. Okay, and it will help you out definitely, because if you are preparing for the Olympiad, if you are preparing for any of the things, it will help you out. Okay, so that's all for the today's session. Bye everyone, bye.